Hi, in this video we're going to go over how to change email notification templates. So what it is, it's an administrative function. So only a system admin project inside can do it. And you can go straight to edit notifications templates, but first thing really to look at if you're using culture and interface labels. So in this example, I click here, and of course this is my demo site, so there's quite a few different culture sets. In most instances, you either have one or you have none here. If you have none, you can create one if you like. Otherwise, you can go straight to edit here under notifications, edit notifications template, and click on that. All right, but I'm going to do the example here, which this takes you to the same interface. So in this case, when I click edit notification templates, it takes me here. But that's only if you have no culture interface label. But if you go that route, and this is how I'm going to show you how to doing this. So this is my original culture set. This is the one I want to change. From here, I get the same option to look at the email notification templates. All right, so see, I got a lot more options here because it's a culture set, but I go to my notification templates. And the good thing about this, because I can always go back, I can easily set as I'm testing it just to myself, this culture set, and then change to everybody else if I like the way it looks. But basically what I do here, you can see these are all our different alerts, okay, in the system. So our welcome emails, uh, emails, online notifications. So keep that in mind. If you want, for the example, I was asked once of someone wants to change when something gets updated, that we typically call out the name of what the item type is. So if a task gets updated, we say task, and then what the name is got updated. So in this example, I'm going to do that, a task got updated. I'm going to change, so it just gives me the name. I don't care if it's a task or but that most people do want that. But in this example, because like I said, I've been asked that before, they want it so it doesn't say approval request or say task or say whatever the item is in front of there. And so we'll look at that. But keep in mind, if we want to change the email notification template, we might need to change also the online notification event. But in this case, we'll go with the email. So um, keep in mind, there's quite a few different things here. So you can see there's email item details, email item summary. This is for approval request. This is for approval request. So you have to kind of click in here and see what's here. Okay, so if I go to item details, here's custom. This is where I can customize it. And here's my system default. So if I look at this, and I'm going to copy the system default and bring it over here. So this is now where we can start picking different field variations. So let's say I want something, I just click through here, and I'll give you an example where of the item updated after, but just showing you how you can do that. And then this populates based on that. But as soon as I brought this over, I can preview it. So this is basically without me changing anything, what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to select one of my approval requests and I preview it. You can even say to email me. So basically what we're looking at here is the details. All right, so this would be the subject line. And you notice this does not have subject up here. We're just working with the approval request item detail. So this is if we wanted to change what the details show here, but most cases, most people don't want to change that, but you can see that I can change that here. And then this is the summary up here. And once again, this is like kind of the subject that's sent out. So in this case, if I want to change just the heading that comes out, I know this is incorrect, all right? Because right now this is just change the details. So I can just click cancel. I don't need to make any changes. Doesn't matter what I copied over there. And I'll start looking up here and email notification events. And really what the key thing is, what causes that email to go through? In this case, in my example, I'm saying is item updated. So I'm going to look through here until I find item updated, but you can see you can do item deleted, item closed when item gets created, but in this case, item updated. Let's click on that. Now I have a subject line here, and in this case, they already have a copy from template here. So there it is, object type and name, and I think that's what we want to get rid of, but let's preview it. Select something from here so we can preview it. And see, this is what that is, object name here. If you don't want that any longer, we can do that. So we can just go in here and remove this part of it. We don't have to worry, system default's still there. We can always copy back what was there. But now we can look at that and take a preview of this. Now it's saying review progress of project. That's what this is. So in this case, I select it, a project. So you can see that's what it would look like. Um, But see, without having it there, I question why you would want that, but you could always select that. But let's select now for my, it was a task, sorry, item update, folder updated, task I updated, so you can see. So if I had a project request that's been updated, I can look at that. So here's a shortcut item that got updated. I can preview it. So here it's telling me example of access to unrestricted folder. But here in the details, I can see it's a shortcut. That's what got updated. But in the case you just want the subject line to give the name, we can just see it straight from there. And let's just say we wanted something really odd in there. So I'm going to go to field here, and there's a lot of things you can choose here, but we're going to go to item. Let's say we want to select something item. So see, once I select something, if there's another selection here, I can go into more detail. So item here, now I want to look at what kind of item. So let's just say I was doing something specific to a file. I could select file. And then I can say I want the file name. File name, it's a string there. And then see, now this is down to no selection, so I know that's it. So up here now, what are we using? We're using these. This is why this involves, if you want more detail changing of your notifications, I would suggest attending office hours. So you get free training on that. Or of course, there's also and ask those questions, and there's also the ability to purchase training to get that specifically. Otherwise, you can just use this video recording to get an idea here. So in this case, if I'm doing already $Vs, that kind of hints to you, you don't want this because that's field name token. But what you want is field value token, okay? So once I put that in there, it would make no sense here, but it's just showing an example how you can use this drop downs here for your field property selectors and then preview what you're doing. So when I look at here, well, what happens when I don't have a file? Of course, it's not going to give you anything because there is no file attached here, so it just ignores that. Well, let's do another example here. Let's remove that. Can change it any time here. So let's select something else, item, but we're going to do, okay, this example, I get a lot of task updates. So I want to know who was the person that created the task. Let's just say if you want something really odd. So we select once again item. I'll just select task here. And see, in some of these cases, you may have to select one and then go further into it because there's a bunch of different task fields that you are properties you can select from. But in this case, I want the first one. Always try the first one, then work your way down. But what I want it is created by. There it is. And I want, believe, first name. Can do username too. User, that's what we want, user. Name. Okay, I could have done it right from here, I believe, name. Let's see. Let's select name right here. So now no selection. So by selecting this, see, and now I can select this, copy it, bring it up here. Preview that. And nobody created that shortcut. Oh, because it's a task. So oops, let's select example so you can see what that looks like. So that's why it's better really to do. Oh, I got rid of the other part. I didn't want to do that. There, that's what I wanted to do. And this time I'll select a task, preview that. So see says PR support training. I probably want to put a colon there because separate between the task and all that, but that's only if something picks up who the person created. So in this case, I know that was created by Project Insight Support, but wasn't necessarily updated by Project Insight Support. But you see how you can play around and change that. So I'll go back to what I needed before, where all we're doing is getting rid of, we're not adding anything, but that was just an example how we add different field property selectors there within the email notification templates. In this case, I'm doing the simple, which is removing that it's an approval, that's a task. We're just removing what that is, okay? So there we go. If I like that, this is under, and I can even change the body if I want to, but in this, and all we do is copy from body here. And in this case, object type name, I think we should leave it there because that allows me now to still verify within the body. Uh, what is this thing again? Is it a task? Was it an approval? What got updated? In this case, just the subject line gives me the name. All right, so I can go ahead then and hit save because we didn't really change anything here. I don't need to put anything there. So hit save. Template's been updated and refresh of your system settings has been cached. So because I updated one of these, it's telling me it's refreshing. So by refreshing, it means it can take up to 3 minutes before it finishes there. So I'm updating that there. My original culture set, that was in this other culture set was inheriting from original culture set. So that one refreshes as well because basically anything I make changes to here gets inherited to the other ones here. So that's the reason on that. But typically we don't see that example, but that's where we look at how to change email notification templates. All right. So thank you for your time and have